My name is Arvind. I suppose we have introduced ourselves. Many of you haven't. Some verses from Vedas, Hinduism. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. May all be without disease. Sarve santu niramaha. May all creatures have well-being. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. None have to be in misery of any sort. Ma Vaishavik Swa Bhagyavati. May peace be everywhere. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. In Hinduism, celebrations are celebrated, many celebrations celebrated almost every 2 months, different kind of different celebrations, different festive days. Today we will talk about a Diwali, which brings all community together. Diwali is a darkness to light, where Lord Rama, a king, came back from his mission, and people welcomed him with lots of lights, and lots of happiness. So Lord Rama came back from exile, and the people celebrated with happiness. As a result, Diwali is celebrated with full of lights. You probably heard of fireworks go on around every year when the winter is about to settle, and the temples are open, where all community get in to temple and celebrate in their ways of Diwali, with lots of artist impressions, with lots of food. And for kids, Diwali is, in the UK, Diwali is first Christmas time. And then they have a Christmas day as well. So kids have 2 Diwalis, 2 Christmas in the UK. And they have similar food, lots of gifts, different type of gifts, and fireworks. See, it's the way Diwali celebration occurs. Temple and as well as at home. So people do fireworks from home, from temple area, from the grounds, wherever they can find. And fireworks are on the UK fireworks is not very far, the Guy Fawkes Day, because it is not very far. It comes within that timetable. And so, yeah, it's Diwali, and then it's lights everywhere. Now, everything goes back to, as you said, the welcoming of Lord Gold Rama from a victory, by victory, and people celebrate Diwali in that manner. Is there something I missed, or is there any questions and answer we can go through? Q&A.
So you say there was Lord Rama had a victory. What was that? What was the victory?
The victory over devil, victory over demons. So when this was a mission to a demon was creating havoc in the area of India subcontinent, and then his wife Sita was abducted by demon called Ravan, and then the mission was to get rid of Ravan. So the event occurred, and the Lord went to, is now known as Sri Lanka. Ceylon used to be Sri Lanka, where Lord went himself to bring his wife home, and Ravan was destroyed. Ravan and his army was destroyed. King Ravan destroyed, and that's why it's regarded as a victory over darkness to lightness.
Said that it's celebrated within the temple and also at home. Is there any difference between the celebrations that take place?
Temples, yeah, temples is it's like community. You celebrate with all of them, Mr. Mrs., your cousins, and home you celebrate with your family. But yeah, the theme is same. Temples, you have statues, you have photos, you have lots of lights because the space is bigger. At home, yeah, similar way. Home, you have personal food. At temple, you chant and have food, kind of whatever temple has. Home is personal. The theme is same.
So what would you say are the main doctrines of Hinduism? I mean, what's the religion about? What's the main forces of it?
The main forces of getting rid of person who did so bad things to average humans, was like acting as a king, a wicked king, and destroying everything, everyone who came his way, who did not listen to him, who did not obey the way he wanted. So the incarnation of Lord Ram was to visiting forest, visiting little community, small community, and also the wicked king was to destroy wicked king and get a victory over the king and his culture, what he was doing.
Sorry, could I just ask, in Hinduism, do you believe in an afterlife?
Yes, yeah. Hinduism is like a personal, you and me is a soul, whose soul just carries on afterlife and afterlife and afterlife. And if a soul does, it all depends. If he does a good deeds during one life, then he's upgraded to a higher life. And then if he does some bad, he falls back to the normal life. But if he carries on doing good deeds better than one life, then he goes to the Lord's kingdom. Then he acts as Lord's close devotee, like his team.
So you said if they don't do good deeds, they come back. Is that reincarnation? Is that what that means?
No, reincarnation is a soul, like my soul, which goes round after death, goes round after death. But during that time, if he did better things to make someone happy, to celebrate with someone who is not hasn't got anybody to help them out, help even the creatures out. So he elevates himself to a higher stage, and then from a higher stage, if he does even better, basically to share and celebrate, share and help people, give a helping hand. Then he upgraded to a higher until he reaches to the Lord's kingdom, where he doesn't have to come back. That soul doesn't have to come back. He acts on the Lord's instructions.
Okay. Do Hindus believe in one God? Is it a single God religion or many gods?
No, one God. Believes in one God, but that creation, the God comes on earth when a time, like a wicked king time, if the need is, then he comes in that way. If a Lord Rama came here during his time, a reference book called Ramayana was written down by scholars of that time. So whenever he has a mission to do, he comes down and does his mission, goes back. But the creation of a book, reference books are left behind. So God comes in a different forms to do different mission, goes back. For humans like us, we have that reference. So God is one. It comes in whenever he has a mission to carry out. And so we find that different, just so we find that so many gods, but not when Lord comes down, he brings his own team, and that team, some are close to him. He carries out his work. Sometimes we call his team like a Hanuman, a monkey god. We call him a god, but not. He is a staunch devotee of the Lord. Whatever he did, whatever he said, he obeyed him all the time.
So could God come down today?
Just need to say, I need to disappear. So thank you very much. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah. Is it Rebecca? Yes, he can. It's his wishes where nobody can disturb.
So if God was to come down, how would you know that it's God? What would the characteristics be?
Yeah, there are signs in scriptures that he comes down where whole creation becomes that way, the happiness way. And then he has certain signs. When he does his mission, he has signs where humans cannot reach out unless they've been allocated in that area, and they find, like Jesus came, and then some people had no clues, but there were some who knew that a star was coming. So in a similar way, when creation occurs, that it occurs in such a way with his team. So people who were close to him, who believed him, they realized that something good happening. Has
anybody ever claimed lordship? Sorry,
like
a normal person. Have anybody ever claimed that they're the Lord?
No, people claim that way, but then the scriptures, when the scriptures are left behind, and we refer to scriptures, that will tell you he wasn't a ordinary human. He was something supernatural about average human. It's not the God what he comes as a human, maybe normal human, but what he leaves behind, his deeds, his creation, and his mission, his work. It's like a professor. If a clever professor leaves something behind, then we tend to read about him. Even if he's here, we still tend to read about him. In God's creation, that's how he also brings people of his kind that who can write of every event he does.